You are climbing a frozen ridge in the Otzi Alps 5,300 years ago. The wind cuts through your goatskin leggings like it isn't there. Your fingers have gone numb around the haft of your copper axe. Your stomach has been empty and clenched for almost a full day. Below you, smoke curls from a valley you can no longer trust. Somewhere behind you, a man is tracking your exact footsteps in snow. Your legs are starting to shake. Your vision narrows at the edges. You have one chance to eat before your body simply gives out. So you stop and you eat everything you are carrying all at once. Today, hunger's a notification, a fridge, an app, delivery in 20 minutes. Most of us eat across a 15-hour window every single day, unnoticed. Breakfast at 7, coffee at 9, lunch, a snack, dinner, dessert at 10. Salk Institute researchers tracked over 150 people's eating habits for 3 full weeks. Nearly half of them ate for 15 hours or longer every single day. Your body was never built for that. Not even close, not remotely. The human stomach holds about 1 liter, roughly the size of a fist. Constant grazing keeps insulin elevated almost permanently, a state your biology never expected. Insulin is supposed to spike, then fall, then give your cells a rest. Grazing all day removes the fall entirely. The switch just stays flipped on. Your ancestors didn't have 3 meals. Some days, they didn't have 1. They evolved for feast, then famine, then feast again, with nothing scheduled. A successful hunt could deliver 40,000 calories to a single small band. A failed one could mean 3, 4, 5 days with almost nothing at all. Your genes still expect that rhythm, even though your kitchen never delivers it. The number 3 meals a day isn't ancient wisdom. It's barely 200 years old. It predates neither your stomach, your insulin, nor a single gene in your body. So if it isn't biology and it isn't tradition, then what is it? It's a clock. And that clock was built by someone else entirely. The first survival strategy wasn't small meals. It was one enormous meal. When food was scarce, your ancestors didn't nibble. They gorged, completely and deliberately. In 1991, hikers found a 5,300-year-old body frozen in the Italian Alps. Researchers call him Otzi. His stomach, oddly, had shifted up behind his ribs. In 2018, scientists finally opened it and reconstructed his final meal exactly. Nearly half of his stomach contents, by volume, was pure animal fat. Ibex meat, red deer, and dried einkorn wheat eaten under 2 hours before death. This wasn't a snack. It was a calculated, fat-loaded, single massive deposit. At high altitude, with a killer possibly behind him, Otzi needed dense fuel fast. Fat carries roughly 9 calories per gram, more than double sugar or protein. So his body did what yours still can, if you ever let it. It stored the surplus, then ran for hours on almost nothing at all. The second strategy wasn't a schedule. It was total, constant improvisation instead. The Hadza people of Tanzania have foraged the same land for 40,000 years. Anthropologists who have lived alongside them notice something immediately. There is no breakfast. Men leave camp at dawn to hunt, often eating nothing before they go. They might grab wild berries hours later, walking, never once sitting down for it. Studies following Hadza foragers found men often ate substantial food while still out, sometimes an entire meal, alone, in the bush, long before returning to camp. Back at camp, a large kill triggers a different event, total, immediate sharing. Meat goes to everyone. Nothing is rationed, timed, or held back for later. There was no lunch hour. There was only hunger, opportunity, and the group. The third adaptation wasn't instinct anymore. It was a deliberate cultural choice. By the time of the Roman Republic, most citizens ate light, portable food twice. A frugal jentaculum at dawn. Bread, cheese, maybe watered wine, eaten walking to work. The philosopher Seneca reportedly took nothing at midday but a piece of dry bread. Then came cena, the one real meal, eaten deliberately, slowly, near the end of day. Many Romans genuinely believed eating heavily more than once a day damaged the body. The meal wasn't an obligation on a schedule. It was the day's single reward. Everything before it was fuel. Only cena was food eaten for its own sake. A civilization of 1 million people ran for centuries on that single principle. The fourth shift wasn't biological at all. It was mechanical, sudden, and recent. For most of history, English families ate 2 meals, not 3, most days. The larger one, oddly called dinner, often happened around 11 in the morning. Then came the Industrial Revolution, and with it, the factory whistle and shift bell. Workers no longer ate when hungry. They ate when the clock allowed it. A small meal before the shift became breakfast, fuel for a 12-hour day. A short break at midday hardened into something new. Lunch, on a whistle. Evening meal moved later, into the only free hours workers had left. By the 1800s, 3 fixed meals had become a mark of respectability itself. Cultures that still ate on hunger, not the hour, were labeled primitive by comparison. The schedule wasn't discovered in nature. It was stamped out by a machine. And once stamped, it spread across an entire empire, then an entire world. None of this was really about food. It was about who you trusted. A Hadza hunter doesn't eat alone out of greed. He eats to keep moving. A Hadza hunter doesn't eat alone out of greed. He eats to keep moving. The tribe survived because hunger was shared information, not a private, hoarded secret. A Roman citizen skipped indulgence at noon to protect one shared evening ritual. Cena wasn't just a meal. It was the 1 hour a family fully had. Otzi carried his last fat-heavy meal into the mountains, alone, hunted, and afraid. His body burned exactly what it was built to burn, in exactly the right order. No app told him when to eat. His ancestors' biology already knew. Somewhere between the Alps and the factory floor, we traded that instinct for a schedule. We built clocks, then let the clocks decide when we were allowed to be hungry. Your ancestors listened to their stomachs for 2 million years before anyone owned a watch. They gorged when food appeared, and they endured when it didn't, without panic. That rhythm fed a species across ice ages, oceans, and empty trackless plains. And over time, that was enough.